Hello everyone, welcome to English class. Here I am going to talk about writing part. We all know that writing is not an easy task. How to write well, how to write with good sentence structures, that is not an easy task, but we can learn it with practice. So for the same purpose I am here to talk about some conjunctions. We can use these kind of conjunctions and we can make our writing rich. We can make our writing that can impress our audience, our reader, and we can say to our examiners as well. So to talk about that, I am going to start with conjunctions. So what are conjunctions? First of all, let me clear it. Conjunctions be used to conjunct two phrases, two words, two clauses. So conjunctions play a very important role in our writing part. If we want to make our writing impressive, then we will have to use conjunctions, we will have to use connectors. So but sometimes we are confused because sometimes we know the writing part, we know the content, but we are confused which connectors, what kind of connectors, what kind of conjunctions we can use, because actually we don't know the meaning of that conjunction or connector. So here I have some conjunctions like elative conjunctions and adversative conjunctions. Where to use elative and where to use adversative conjunctions, and what kind of statements we can make to use that elative and adversative conjunctions. So let's talk about it. First of all, elative conjunctions. What are elative conjunctions? Like therefore, for, so, then. These are some examples of elative conjunctions. Actually, elative conjunctions show that one statement or fact is inferred from another. What does it mean? Inferred from another. Inferred from another mean to say one statement or one clause is the result of another statement. First of all, you will have to check here, elative conjunctions are coordinative conjunctions. Coordinative conjunctions mean to say we have two independent clauses. To join, to conjunct two independent clauses, we need conjunctions. We call them coordinative conjunctions. So what are independent clauses or dependent clauses? If you want to understand that, if you will have to access the link I have given you in description, go through that video, then you can come to this part. Okay, so here just go through this statement. My cycle was punctured, therefore I was late for school. Here I was late for school, it is an independent clause. My cycle was punctured, it is also an independent clause. But how to make one sentence conjuncting these two statements? That's where we need one conjunction, suitable conjunction. So we have used here therefore. Therefore is working as a conjunctive, or it is working as an adverb or conjunctive adverb. We can call it conjunctive adverb. Therefore is working for the two purposes, as an adverb and as an adjective. So it is joining two clauses and it is giving the meaning of an adverb, and it is playing the role of an adverb as well. So in our writing part, we need lengthy sentences. To make lengthy sentences, we need conjunctions so that we can join clauses, phrases or words. So we can use these kind of conjunctions to make our sentence lengthy, and it depends on the meaning what you want to convey in the writing part. That's also a part that also does matter. So next example, he didn't work, so he failed. So here you can check it. He didn't work, so he failed. He failed. It is inferred from he didn't work. It is the outcome of he didn't work, and it is related to that clause with the help of so. So makes it meaningful. Next one, he will pass for he works very hard. Same as here, he works hard. He will pass, he works hard. To relate these two clauses, we need for here. So it gives us a different kind of meaning, and it gives our writing a rich impression. You can say a rich content we can write with the help of conjunctions. Next type of conjunctions we have adversative conjunctions. Adversative conjunctions are also coordinative conjunctions, but still, nevertheless, whereas, and many more conjunctions which are adversative conjunctions. So these conjunctions show a contrast between two statements, like I knocked the door but nobody answered. Here I knocked the door, nobody answered. These two are different. These two are showing contrast. So we can make these kind of statements with the help of but. So the contrast, the difference between two statements, it is shown by these kind of adversative conjunctions. As its name is clearing us, adversative mean to say adverse. One action or one statement or one clause is different, giving us different kind of sense or meaning comparison to second one. Like he is rich, still he is not content. He is rich, still he is not content. These two statements are adversative. So we should know where to use and how to use these kind of connectors, and if we use them, what kind of meaning we are conveying, what kind of meaning we are giving to our audience or readers. That's what we need to understand, because sometimes what happens, we write some other thing and the reader gets it another thing, so meaning is changed. So that is the part of our language. If we are not language proficient, we cannot understand others and we cannot give a right meaning to others as well. Next one, all were against him, nevertheless he didn't change his opinion. Here all were against him and he didn't change his opinion. You can check it, both are adversative conjunctions, you can check it, both are adversative opinions or statements, which is shown by nevertheless. If we don't use but, still, nevertheless, then we cannot give the same meaning. So we will have to use this, then we can convey our meaning. Next one, he is rich whereas his father was poor. So you can check it now, whereas his father was poor, both are adversative. And one thing more you will have to keep in mind, in the elative conjunctions we had to use semicolon, then conjunction, then comma. Here we are not using comma, we are using just conjunctions to conjunct two clauses. That's what you will have to understand.